This episode of Gripping Golf is brought to you by Sycamore Ridge and SeniorVu. All right, welcome to another exciting episode of Gripping Golf Podcast. This is our third take, and I don't really care. This is fun. But before we get started, let's give a shout out to some of our sponsors here. You can get 10% off of buttery soft, supple leather.
Ooh, good stuff.
By Nelson Hill Co. Go to their website, nelsonhill.co. Use the promo code GrippingGolf. Just Gripping Golf, no podcast, just Gripping Golf for 10% off your order.
Gripping Golf, one word.
Gripping Golf, one word. That's a good point there, too. And we've got this amazing tournament coming up out at Sycamore Ridge. John, Dave, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, the Spring Hill Invitational Tournament.
Ooh,
Spring Hill SH.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay, all right.
It all comes together.
Yeah,
Right.
it does.
October 2nd and 3rd.
Yep.
It's a 2-day tournament.
2 days.
Yep. There is a senior division, a men's division for gross and net.
Ooh.
There is a ladies division. It is a two-person scramble.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. What else is there?
There's a couple other tournaments coming out there. They've got out at Sycamore. Yeah, they've got,
well,
or just for us.
Yeah. Well, just
For us,
for the,
well, we
just
got
for
all
the-
sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, call Sycamore Ridge, sign up.
Yep.
Get
all
out
good.
there, go to the
Tournament.
website, find their phone number, call them.
Yep.
Good tournament.
Wait, Dave knows a phone number.
Yeah. It's
What is it?
913-592-5292.
Wow.
How do you know that?
That's
I've
awesome.
called it a lot.
You have called it a lot.
Yes. Yes. Dial
All right.
1 for the pro shop.
Well, let's get right into, did Dave buy something?
Dave did not buy anything.
You know what? I forgot. We should get into how we played this
Yeah,
week first before we get into
well,
Dave.
we've already.
Let's go into Dave
We've
did,
already
yeah.
done that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't. I actually.
Sorry, fans.
I ended up selling a putter. So
Oh, it's
I
the
didn't-
anti-buy.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's quite the
God,
opposite. So
bizarro
this now
world.
has
And-
become my
yeah.
wife's favorite segment.
Yeah, it totally has, for
Yes.
real. She's like, oh,
Yes.
we made money this week.
Instead of importing, I exported.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, Vandalay.
Yeah, Vandalay. Say Vandalay Industries. Yeah.
So yeah, nothing too exciting. Nothing coming into the house. I am trying to help some other friends locate some items.
Oh,
there-
yeah,
there may be
yeah.
some stuff coming in, but it may not be for me.
Yeah, but still,
Still fun.
if you buy something interesting for somebody else, I still want to hear about it.
Me
I
too.
will tell you all about it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a sim coming.
Possibly.
Some specs
Yeah.
very similar to my specs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. A fan. We met a really, I mean, it was embarrassing. They wouldn't stop bragging about how they were listeners
Yeah.
of the show. And they were like, can I hit your driver?
Yeah.
I was like, sure. Just
The
hit the
driver.
driver.
The
Calm
legendary
down.
driver.
Yeah.
The
driver.
The driver. And they hit the driver. And next thing you know, they're asking, where can I get one? So pretty
I
pretty
know a
amazing
guy.
stuff. Yeah.
It's weird how that works.
It was crazy. It's almost like we knew the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we didn't. Yeah.
It's almost like he sold you your driver in the first place.
Yeah, it's like where I bought my driver from.
Right.
Originally.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, this
Yeah.
is strange.
Yeah,
So
it's like
strange.
it's like
Small
the putt
world.
out ramp. It's the parabolic.
Yes.
It's just I took a driver and now
Yeah.
the driver's coming back.
Wow.
Yeah, the same distance that I hit the driver, it's gonna come back. If you haven't
that's a
listened to
wicked
our
slice.
product reviews, you should go check out our product reviews. They're not out yet, so you're gonna have a hard time listening to them, but they're coming.
They will be out.
And then you'll get the
They
joke
will be
that I
out.
just laid down about
Yes.
the parabolic.
If you're subscribing,
If you're subscribing,
it will show up.
yeah.
Yes.
If you're not
If you-
subscribing,
Well, it's on you.
you should subscribe.
It's on
Yes.
you. If you
Smash
don't
that
subscribe.
button.
Yep.
Yeah,
Smash that button.
Like
Now-
and review.
yeah. Now said smash 4 times tonight.
Yes. Your smash.
Yeah. So okay, you didn't buy anything, but we got to talk about. We played this week.
We did.
We played a lot.
A lot of golf.
I played 36 holes today. I'm a little tired.
impressive.
Yeah, that's hence why I took 3 takes to get into the podcast. And we're gonna get into a fun topic of mental side of golf.
Well,
so,
yeah.
or,
the
or
course management.
Sorry,
Yeah, course management and,
Yeah.
and how to deal with your failures on the
Your
course.
fa- yeah.
Well, and those, I mean, whether you like it or not, it is a little bit of a mental side.
It
of the
absolutely
game. Yeah.
is.
Big
for sure.
mental side of it.
For
But
sure.
yeah, so I played Tuesday. Yeah, we're recording twice this week. I feel like I've already done this. Okay.
Yeah, so you already talked about your league round.
Yeah, league round was Tuesday, and then we played this morning, and then I played again this evening or this afternoon.
Yesterday as well.
And I played yesterday as well.
So Billy doesn't do anything else.
My wife is out of town, so I like told her, I was like, hey, I'm gonna play golf all weekend. She's like, good.
Get it out of your system.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I really wanted. We got rained out Saturday. Rain in Kansas City. Course needed it. It's really wet now.
Yes.
But yeah, it was. I didn't play really great yesterday. I think I shot 82. Something
tough
like that.
conditions.
Yeah, it was tough. Really tough. Perfect conditions. You know, there was a little fog in the morning. Very picturesque.
Beautiful.
If you don't follow us on Instagram, go follow us on Instagram. I put some pictures up there.
Yeah, the weather itself was nice. The
weather was
wetness of the course.
It wasn't. The ball wasn't. It's the air has changed in Kansas City. It's a thicker, heavier, denser air, and so the ball. You can tell the ball is not flying as far. You're not getting as much roll. But no, I'm overall happy with how I played. I shot 82, 75, 82, and so I'm pretty happy with how I'm starting to strike the ball a little bit better.
You are.
Getting into, I'm hitting the ball pure, I would say, if that's a word. But, I'm happy. What about you guys?
I'll let you go, John.
Yeah, played 36, played yesterday, played today. Yesterday was a bit of a battle, but
John and I rode together.
squeaked out a sub 80 round, which anymore feels like quite a win.
Yeah.
But we didn't win. I think paid Billy a lot of money. I don't know how that worked. Cause,
we
work?
were on different
You ended
teams.
up on the loser squad
I'm like
with me.
I Venmo'd you. I'm like, wait, I shot lower. Oh,
Wait, you lost because we lost.
We lost our cart game and the
and then you lost.
It was a lot of fun. I think that round cost me $265. Today was better. You've heard me talk about being a little bit more deliberate in my swings. I fell off that a little bit today. Odd thing, my putting saved me. I had 5 birdies.
Dang.
Lost 3 golf balls.
It's all that work with the putting mats we just reviewed.
It was.
Very likely could be. So I squeaked out a 75 today, but it wasn't beautiful. And there's still
75. That's good.
There's still some
Good.
tightening up that needs to happen, but the putter saved me. So,
Nice.
That's awesome.
yeah,
Good.
I'm happy with it.
Good. The ugly.
So I played 36 as well this weekend. Yesterday, just like everybody else, was an extreme grind. I managed a 79. I had 7 bogeys and 11 pars. I think I hit 9 greens. So I don't know that I had a best shot that round.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we needed to do
That's
that.
all right.
Yeah.
I just know that it was a very exhausting round, just mentally. Today's round was, I'd say, pretty good except for one hole. I had a massive blow up on hole number 5 today.
Priceless.
Yeah, I was really trying hard not to lose my cool, and it was a very, very big
Very
battle
close.
internal.
Yeah.
I'd say you won that battle.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He battled back.
Yep.
Yeah, I was, what was it, 7 over on the front 9 and 1 under on the back 9.
Yeah.
That's fighting back.
I
Impressive.
managed to turn it around. So there was a stretch where it was quite a
You shot
struggle for me.
78? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
78.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah. But I had to enter it as a 76 into the
Oh, yeah. Because
index
of your
system.
quad.
Yeah, because I took a snowman on a par 4.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it had to reload a couple times.
If
on
you
the
would have
tee
asked
box.
Dave in the moment if there was something wrong with it, you would have got a very different answer.
I wouldn't be here right now.
No, I respect the fact that everybody gave me my space.
We did, yeah. I was just getting the car.
Yeah, and I felt bad about it on the next tee box.
No.
I said to one of the playing partners, I said, "Give me a few holes and I'll be back to normal." He goes, "I get it."
Yeah.
So
That was
that was my
good.
day today.
That was, someone, you mentioned a couple episodes that people who had played with you a long time ago had seen a change.
Yeah.
Well, for me, who hadn't played with you a long time ago, I got to see the other
just about
change.
to
I just saw the other change
Just
today.
about saw a revert.
But you didn't.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
know.
But I saw a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
There was a.
You wouldn't know if that came back.
I felt my temperature rise significantly,
Yeah.
and I did want to damage property that I own.
Yeah.
But I managed to kind of keep it with strain.
Ironically, I think that was the same hole I took my sweater off on. So thank you. I was getting a little warm.
That was all my fault.
Yeah, the heat was radiating off of you.
Thermal energy.
I should take this off.
But it's funny because, and probably we'll talk about it a little bit more later, but, there was one shot on that round that really turned everything around for me, and it was my birdie putt on hole number 12, 13. 13. On 13, it was like a 15, 20-foot putt up the hill, double breaker, and it went in the cup.
Yeah.
Oh, and this was like 2 holes after Pete, our friend, says to me, "Man, your putts are missing by like half an inch. So you're either not hitting it with the right speed or you're not getting the read right." That putt fell, and then all of a sudden, and I've mentioned previously that I'm struggling mentally with my putting. All of a sudden, the cup became 8 inches wide.
Yeah,
the big cup challenge,
and things just it started rolling in from there. Like I haven't had a birdie with the putter in weeks, and then all of a sudden I roll in 4 on the back nine.
Yeah,
you were working off a debt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and we were playing a match. He and I decided to play a match.
Yeah.
I was I 3 up?
Yeah,
we were
after
3 up twice.
Yeah, I was 3 up twice, and he just rolled me on the back, and I shot
Sauntering
75.
along, you're like,
I shot 1 over on the back.
easy money.
Yeah,
Not
no,
so much,
I wasn't thinking that.
no.
I was really wanting it. It was a great match. It was a lot
kidding.
of fun. Losing, you birdied 18.
I did.
Okay, you birdied 18. Now I lost a ball on 18, so it would have been better had I not done that. But losing to him on a birdie that he played the hole really well, I have no problem with that. He played so well on the back nine.
Yeah, it was weird too because I could not get off the tee box like all day. I'd say maybe I hit 2, 3 good drives all day. The rest were just terrible. But I got to the point, and we'll talk about this in the meat and tater segment, but I got to a point where I had to manage my miss and work around it.
Yeah.
So I managed to do that for the most part.
Yeah. Let's talk about news then.
Yeah.
The Tour Championship.
Yeah, that's
just
the
happened.
news, right?
That's the only news.
Yeah. Patrick Cantlay, $15 million.
Hattie eyes.
Wow.
Yeah.
He is a robot right
He
now.
is.
Yeah.
Impressive.
See ball, hit ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just don't pay attention to anything else.
Anything else, yeah.
Anything else. There
How
could
do
be
I
a
do that?
marching band going around him. He wouldn't even know it's there.
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
That's a video I would like to see.
Impressive.
Have you ever read like quotes from him or an article that he wrote in Golf Digest or Golf Magazine, one of those things?
No.
He has a lot of words. So I imagine in his head,
He's fighting it.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, man, I just
So
wanna...
he's been doing some training or something.
Yeah.
Zen moments, meditation.
It is impressive. You talk about mental side of the game. That kid,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's on
You
point.
okay over there?
Yeah, you're going to make it. Don't worry.
Just get it out.
That's what you get for eating a
Get
whole
it
hot
out.
dog in one bite.
Yeah. I got you. I don't know whose mic I muted.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kid, that is he just impressive play all year long. I mean, if he's not player of the year, I don't know who's going to be.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is weird.
There's a lot of guys that played really well all year long, and he just kind of.
Well, what was it? Rom still shot. Rom technically beat him in the tournament.
Yeah.
That's,
but
that's
he
the
had
weirdness of the FedEx Cup.
That one I don't quite get. Like
Yeah.
You're giving him 10 under and everybody else says that, but
Yeah.
Rom would be in the running too, I guess.
But that
He
it's
beat
the
him by
same
3
thing.
strokes overall.
But that was the same thing that happened last year too.
Right.
Yeah.
I think. Okay.
I think they got tired of one person winning the tournament and the
Yeah.
other person winning the FedEx Cup and having to do
Yeah.
two presentations.
Yeah. Gosh, that just sucks. Twice as much work.
Right. Yeah.
that big of a
Did
deal.
you hear Rom's quote afterwards? He said, I feel kind of dumb just lamenting the fact that I just won $5 million.
At least he qualified it. He's like, I'm happy, but
But I technically beat him.
I feel it's necessary to state.
That's got to be hard. I mean, just think if like we did that, and still you would hang your hat on that. I played better that day than so and so.
Well, just like you
absolutely.
said, you shot a 75 and I still won the match.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
I think, and you got one pop.
I got one pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On 15,
And I
it
bogeyed that
paid.
hole.
Yes, and it worked out really well.
Yeah.
That's one of the holes that you hit a terrible drive on.
Yes.
And then you hit it.
And then I poorly managed the course after that.
Yes, you did. Yeah,
Very poorly.
yeah. I have no shame in saying yes, you did.
Yeah.
I thought the temperature was going to get hot again on that hole.
No, because on that one I just had to laugh. I'm like, well, you play stupid games.
Oh,
Right.
you were in the middle of your rebound, right?
Roughly. I had just birdied 2 holes.
Two holes in a row.
I mean, you're in the middle of your
Dorked
rebound.
it away.
Yeah, like one. I mean, gosh, that's the like I joke about, what is it, the bounce back? You make a bogey, you make a birdie. I do the face plant where you make a birdie and then you double the next hole. So it's like that's my specialty.
Well, it's like I only bogeyed it though.
Yeah,
I had a birdie. Yeah.
exactly.
The fact that I actually bogeyed the hole, I felt was an accomplishment, so I wasn't too steep about it at that point.
Sure.
Yeah. Then I just birdied the next hole and got it back.
That's like the next match of the century.
He was on fire.
Yeah.
So wait, you birdied 13, 14, 16.
And 18.
And 18, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he closed hard.
I came in
No
hot.
kidding.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, just come on.
Yeah.
Don't lose this, Billy.
Last lap of the Indy 500, and here he comes.
Oh, man.
Just
I was
racing up on your tail.
And I felt fine. Like, I was like, I hit some great shit. Like that shot in the 17. That was an amazing shot.
Yeah. It was a great
7-iron
shot.
up the hill. And But you outplayed me. Yeah. It was fun. It's a good match.
Brakes started going my way.
Let's do it again.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For $1,000.
Let's record it next time.
Yeah,
Well,
we should. Yeah.
I'll put my new title back up on the line.
Yeah. Kate didn't hear the $1,000.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, should we just jump right into it?
Let's do it.
Yep. In we go.
Yeah.
Some meat and taters.
Taters.
Okay, so last time we talked about playing a new course and our strategies for that. It's kind of it's going to end up being like a month-long deal on mental golf. Mental game of golf.
So it's a tough side of the game.
Between the
for
ears.
sure.
Yeah, so
I need help.
right.
I need help.
So what I want to jump into today is just general golf course management. So I got a bunch of questions here.
Fire away.
Yeah.
I am ready.
So
You might get some odd answers based on 36 holes today, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's just
Looking
jump
back,
right into it.
we're just going to go
then.
for this ride.
Yeah.
So golf, and John and I like to quote this all the time. Chichi Rodriguez did a playing lessons with the pro, right? And what percentage? He said golf is a game of macho.
Yeah, it's like 90% macho, 10% skill or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well, for us, it is 90% nachos.
Yeah.
10%
Nachos.
skills.
And nachos?
But yeah, he said it's a game of macho, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about risk versus reward. So you get to a hole, it's a completely risk versus reward hole. Take us through your process on that decision when you get to that.
Risk reward. Oh,
Yeah, the risk and reward.
well, I think I'll pick a hole. Pick a few holes. Okay, so 2 out at Sycamore Ridge, dog leg left. That you can go over the trees, and I can potentially get to that green in 2. It takes a pretty perfect drive
It does
to get there.
And a pretty perfect second shot.
Pretty perfect second. Yeah.
It's
so
almost an island green.
Almost. Yeah. And I've equaled that hole twice this year from doing that, but at the same time, you have to commit. So in Zen Golf, they talk about. I'm listening to that book again. They talk about putting your heart into it, and I think that's where, to John's point of commit, they talk about it in the context of when a horse jumps over a jump, it's the first thing that goes over is the heart of the horse, and so he's talking about that, and it kind of resonated with me really well. Is like, if you're going to connect or if you're going to commit to a shot, you've got to put everything into it. But there's also this awareness element. So when I'm in a risk reward situation, I've really worked on that. There are things that happen that thoughts will come into your brain, and I just try to let them come in and leave. It sounds really dumb, but it's true. You just kind of like, oh, well, I don't want to hit it to the right. Well, okay, forget about that. And then you're on to like, okay, I'm trying to visualize my shots a lot better to say, this is what I want to hit. And it has worked. It doesn't work every time right now. I'm practicing it. But a couple shots today, I just went, hey, hit a 5-yard draw right at that tree. And I hit it, and I'm like, holy cow, how the heck did I do that? So I think risk reward, what I go through is have no doubt. Just go into it, commit. You're not going to do it every time, and just be okay with that. I think there's the element of understand what the risk reward is, and then what is the result if it doesn't happen. Don't focus on that, but be okay with it.
Yeah.
Because what will happen is you'll hit a bad shot. You'll hit it low left into the trees on 5 and come unglued. Yeah. And And you have to be okay with, I'm trying to hit a driver on a hole that, I'm not saying for Dave, but I'm just, for me, 5, I don't have to hit a driver.
Yeah.
And if I pull driver out, I hit it low and to the left into those trees a lot of
It's
times.
like a vacuum over there.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And I think you have to be okay with, dang it, I didn't hit it the way I wanted to, routine, going to the drop area, doing everywhere, and just move on.
Yeah.
Because you dwell on it. Now Dave didn't do that on this round today. He did dwell on it, but he got through it, moved through. So I think commitment to me is believe in it. But, and I know this is a long-winded answer, but however you're playing that day, don't go, if you are not hitting the ball very good, don't go for it. Don't go for it.
Not gonna help.
I mean,
it's not.
I get frustrated. I get frustrated when you play with people that get really upset about, and you just want to look at them and go, you're a 17 handicap.
You play once a month,
yes,
and now you're gonna make the 295 carry.
Yeah,
like that happens.
That's what I'm saying.
That happens to us too.
Yeah.
But have some realistic. I will go back to realistic expectations.
Yeah.
And I'll segue that right into a risk reward hole. I know most of my percentages. If I'm goofing around and we're out playing an evening round and we're having a beer, I will hit driver on 2.
Yeah.
And
for fun.
And I'll go, oh, it worked.
Yeah.
If I'm playing in a competition, not a chance.
Right.
I will make birdie the easy way, and I will make the other person work for it.
But you got to be careful with what you're saying in competition. And this happened to me with playing. You get into this where you're not swinging, you're steering.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it comes back to me saying swing deliberate.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to pick a target each spot, swing at it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to try to go over the trees because then, on that hole it is a re-tee.
Yeah.
You're out of the hole if you're in competition doing that.
So dropping on the white tee box or whatnot, or reteeing from that tee.
But if I'm goofing around, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, heck yeah.
100%. And sometimes the risk isn't that big. A lot of short par 4s are risk reward holes.
Yeah.
But the risk is a bunker.
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I'll take on a bunker. I'm fine with that. I'm taking on a 40-yard shot from the rough.
Mm-hmm.
Water out of bounds. That's a different story to a certain extent. And the other factors come to play. Is this a competition? Who are you playing against? If it is a competition, are they always going to go for it? Oh, totally. I'll hang back. I'll make birdie the easy way. That's the way I see it. And it's worked for me a lot if I'm playing in a competition, but if I'm goofing around, I'm going to go for it every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or if I'm trying to shoot a number, I'm about a 50-50. That's how I'm hitting it that day. So that's kind of my approach at it, really.
Yeah. John can attest to the fact I used to, in my head, think I was Phil Mickelson on the golf course, and I would take every risk possible.
Periodically, it worked.
Periodically.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Periodically. Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of my frustrations came in, is because I never played the safe shot. I always try to cut a corner or hook something around something crazy and just hit the most ridiculous shots. And I think I suffered for a very long time as a golfer as a result of that. Which is funny because in my regular life, I'm an extremely risk-averse person.
It was your release.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I will drive the speed limit on the highway at night, things like that. So
it says 65.
Yeah, exactly.
So
why is John going by at 85?
Yeah,
right.
I do get
Yeah. So
sometimes you just got to get home.
Right. But you might have an emergency situation in the vehicle.
Target bag.
Yes. Yeah. That's where you hope for leather seats and not cloth, right?
Shout out to Nelson Hill.
Talk about a risk reward.
Yeah. There's always a reward. Definitely a risk there. But yeah, but now, I'll hit driver on, we'll say 2, and I'll be in a position where I'm 225 yards out. I've got a club that can make it 225. I just don't know that club is going to land on the green every time.
Now your odds are, that's just, that's like it for me. Like I would need to have something where I'm hitting like a 5-iron in.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm sitting 225 out and I'm laying up to 100 yards.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to make a number at that point. Because for anybody that's played Sycamore Ridge, I feel like if you can get through the first 4 holes at no worse than like 2 over,
you're good.
Probably doing okay.
Yeah.
The march from that point forward's a lot flatter.
Yeah.
Right.
The hill,
so
hill's a lot less.
It would be very regular occurrence for me to walk off the first 2 holes already 4 over, and that's not any fun because then you're just like grinding through the rest of the day.
Yeah, a par or bogey on 1 is birdie par.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it's such a, from the blues or the blacks back there.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a
so
brutal hole from back there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Into the wind.
Yeah. Always into the wind.
Yes. Yeah.
Except for when it's like 30 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And then the ball's not carrying. So. All right. So how do you decide when to let the big dog eat? When are you pulling driver? What makes you choose to pull driver? I'm going to ask that specifically to Billy because he hits it very far these days.
It depends on how well I'm hitting the driver. First off, if I'm feeling confident with it, swing away. Yeah. I don't think there's any reason to not hit the ball as far as you possibly can. If you're hitting it well, just hammer it out there. I don't go through. I look at yardages. I'm going to contradict probably things I've said before, but I try to get to yardages. So if a hole is 360, 380, even 400, I might not hit a driver. Yeah. I might hit a 3-wood off of there but it depends on the hole. I mean, it really depends on it. There's no, like 13, it's hard for us to reference holes that maybe listeners don't know who we're talking about. 13 at Sycamore Ridge is an up the hill. Short, it's what, 350? Yeah, maybe roughly, 350 up the hill.
Bunkers start at about 270.
Yeah, there's bunkers all around it. You can catch one of those bunkers. You can get up and down from the bunkers. I swing away on that hole more often than not. Now, I hit 3-iron this morning into it, but I think I was getting into conservative. Don't dwindle this lead away, and then that was a hole that Dave decided to go birdie. Bogey, birdie.
Yeah. Lewis Hamilton's coming up on you.
Yeah. But I think swing away. If you are confident and you are hitting the ball well that day, just hit it. It.
I'm quite a bit different than that.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm a little bit more like I want to be in the fairway. Mm-hmm. I want my wedges. So like if I want to shoot a lower number, I need 52 and down into the green. So I won't always hit driver. Sometimes 17 at Old Kinderhook is a good example. It's kind of like 13 at Sycamore. But it's a little dogleg right, but it's pretty much drivable for us. Like it's 285. If I really catch it, I can get close. I'd rather hit driving iron. Give myself like a 75-yard wedge. I feel very confident that I can make a birdie 8 out of 10 times. Yeah. With something like that. Yeah. It might be a little high. 5 out of 50% of the time I might make birdie. But like a driver, you go left, there's trees. You end up in the trees. Now you've got a 6 on a hole and you walk to the next tee going, that was stupid. But,
true.
Like I'd have to be hitting the ball really good to always have that mentality of go as far as I can.
Yeah, I think for me, the reason I'm okay with it is I feel like I can get away with it.
Yeah.
And a lot of golf courses, first off, have gone to any sort of native areas or whatnot is all lateral hazards. Am I saying that right? Lateral?
Yeah. So.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
What they do.
Red.
Like Eagle Bend.
Red.
Eagle Bend
Thank
does
you.
that.
Yeah.
That's their local.
Yeah. In a lot of the local rules, and they're doing it for pace of play. Mm-hmm. So to me, 13 or any other hole, 13, drivable par 4. If I hit one and it goes into the crap and I can't find it, I get to drop pretty darn close to there. So
and you just give up a stroke. That's all.
Yeah, I'm hitting my third shot. I'm probably going to make the putt, be close. So I don't feel like I'm giving up very much there. Yeah. Par 5s are a little bit different, but at the same time, I feel like swinging away on a par 5 is great because if you have to re-tee or if you hit it into the water, kind of have a stroke. I think that's the distance that I do because I do hit the ball fairly long. I don't feel like I can't make birdie or par on any par 5.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference between our approaches because I'm 30, 35 yards shorter most of the time. Mm-hmm. So my game has to I have to follow the course differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I hit it 250.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
It does make a difference. Yeah. I mean, I I'm saying that like I know. I don't
Yeah.
know because I don't play that game.
Yeah.
And so, but
Not anymore.
yeah, not anymore. Maybe when I was like 11 or 12 or something, but no.
This spring when you were still hitting it with us.
Oh yeah. When I had the wrong shaft.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a tough, that's a tough one because there's the argument that you could go hit the perfect shot to play to all those yardages, and you will play really well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that you won't. You could get up and hit 3-iron or 4-iron or 5-iron off at every tee, hit it to those yardages, or hit it to where you can just be in play, never lose a ball.
Yeah.
You're going to have good scores, but at the end of the day, are you going to be excited about it? I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just me. I'm not saying anybody that does that's wrong, but I think I would get home and be like, oh, I shot even today. And I would think back, I never hit my driver.
Yeah.
I never hit anything long. I'd be like, did I really
Yeah.
shoot even today? Or did I just manipulate? I don't know. So where did I go on this topic? This
Yeah,
is crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah,
It's a
it
deep
is.
topic.
Yeah.
Because it is. It's how you approach the golf course. A lot of people
Yeah.
would go home and if they didn't lose a ball. If you don't lose a ball, your numbers go down.
Yeah.
But you're right. If
You
you're
hit
closer,
greens.
if you're closer to the green,
Yeah.
your numbers go down.
Yeah.
So where's that balance?
I think for me, if I hit greens, my number goes down.
Yeah,
If I am not hitting greens, it's when my
Yeah.
numbers now. But I feel you said you were Phil Mickelson, went for every shot. I feel very confident in getting up and down from a lot of
Yeah.
places, and I don't. That's why I think I go for way
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
I can tell you today, I shouldn't have hit driver as much as I did because it was not going well.
yeah,
It was going left, as a matter of fact.
yeah.
So
I'm trying to think. You hit a good one on 11.
yeah,
You went right up the middle.
yeah, I
on
hit a good
11.
one. I actually finally conquered my mental demons on 9 and got a ball in play.
Oh,
as
good.
well.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah. So that was good. And then I biffed it from there, but
Won the match.
that's a different story.
Jerk.
So you guys touched
4
on
birdies. Yeah.
in
birdies.
6 holes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the comeback. And those 4 birdies actually won us not won us, but kept us from losing money in the group match too.
So yeah, the team. So I was on your team.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
We were down big by
Man,
that point.
can you imagine having to lose all that money?
Oh my gosh.
It's not fun.
Not 2 days in a row, I'll tell you that much.
Right. Yeah.
So you guys touched on it a little bit. My next question was going to be, and John kind of explained it, but going, as I say on television now, less than driver off the tee.
Yeah.
So when and why? John says he's going for a number.
Yeah.
Specific
I'm going
number
for
in
a
his
number.
head.
That's what I'm
Billy,
doing.
what about you?
Number control, number more than anything. I don't need to be, hitting 60, 70 yard shots is hard. It's hard. You can't spin the ball as much and being a full wedge out or a full gap wedge or a sand wedge out, it's better.
Yeah.
Or right at 105. I try to be at 105 yards or maybe 120, depends. But I don't do that enough in my game when we're playing on the weekends at Sycamore.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. It's like, hey, I'm going to hang out with guys. Playing golf.
Yeah.
I'm not in, and that's a problem. I
Not
need to
in
focus
strategy mode.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
in strategy mode at all.
Yeah. I will tell you, one of the most fascinating things I've watched was going to, it was like the Genesis, wherever they play Riviera at LA.
Mm-hmm.
I was in LA one week and I'm like, I'm going to go do that Sunday. I'm going to watch the final round. And I sat on the 11th green. It's a pretty long par 5. Some of the guys could get there. Most of them couldn't. So most of them laid up to pretty much 100 yards perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Pin is tucked back right. There's nobody there. Nobody at the tournament. There are like 10,000 people there. So I'm standing 10 feet from the pin. And I bet I watched 30 pros come through and hit it on top of this ridge. The pin's just past it. You could have put a hula hoop out there.
Yeah, where
and
they
all of them hit the ball there. One hop, stop by the pin, make the putt, go to the next hole. It's their birdie.
Yeah.
And the guys that went for it could get up and down, but they all missed right.
Yeah.
Was the proper side. But just to watch time and time again, ball, same trajectory, land on the same spot, one hop, stop right next to the cup. I'm like, that's how they make their money.
Yeah.
That's where the money comes
They're
in.
really good.
They're really good,
Yeah.
but it's that consistency with their short clubs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I can get not to that point, I would love to get to that point, but if I can get closer and closer to doing that, I'm like, that's where I'm going to
They're
get better.
They're hitting. They're they know the difference between 101 and 100.
Yeah. You give me 105 and 95, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Oh, caught it good. Damn it. Yeah.
Same swing. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not going to matter that much. But watching that.
Yeah. Oh, I can hit a lob wedge 120.
Exactly.
It's just not getting very high off the ground.
I was gonna say, I played it right over the green.
I saw Bobby hit a few.
Love you, Bobby.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed how I'm doing these questions for you guys.
Yeah.
But we're starting big.
I've noticed
we're honing in.
We're honing in.
Notice
right?
you're reading them.
Boy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, yeah. Came
Not really following the theme.
Yeah. So let's see here.
You're toasted after 36
Yeah.
holes. Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of UV.
Just give me the
talked about
questions.
seeing the hole, and we talked risk reward.
Yeah.
And we talked about hitting driver.
Yeah.
We went to less than driver.
Yeah.
Is a layup ever completely off the table for you? Ever
A
completely?
layup?
Yeah. Is there ever a time where you're sitting there and like, I am not going to lay up?
Oh, wow. I am not going to lay up. I mean,
Is
of
it
course.
ever completely off the
That's
table?
an excellent question. I don't know if it's ever completely.
It's never
off.
completely off. Yeah. Yeah, that's no. I think the answer is no. It's never completely off the table
Oh.
because there's too many variables when you go play. Course condition, the wetness
Now,
of it.
like if we did an all skins game, like where every hole was, I would lay up at anything.
Yeah.
But in normal, outside of that universe, I can't think of a scenario. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'd like to see comments on this from
me
everybody
too.
that's listening to this. I'd love to hear what they think.
What if you're chasing in a match and you've got to make a shot? Are you going to lay up, try to...
No. If I'm chasing in a mat, I'm going for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to want them to feel the pressure that.
So you're saying then at that point, the layup is completely off the table.
Dang it.
Always
mind tricks.
Always be terrified of somebody with nothing to lose. And if you're coming back in a match,
yeah.
But again, back to what we were saying about,
I guess that could be the one scenario. You're trailing in a match. It's like, you're pressing on the bet a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 2-down auto is kicked in, right?
Yeah. It's go time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're trailing, it's make or at that point you need to be you got to be aggressive.
Yeah,
I think that there's only that might be the only time I
But
would
even
do it.
then, I will say my caveat is sometimes at the go for it, if the percentage is 2%, I might lay up and try to make a birdie as opposed to go for it and make an eagle, and maybe whoever I'm playing might stub their foot, coming down the stretch.
Yeah.
Hook one into the weeds.
Yeah, I don't
I'm always
necessarily
hoping for them to stub their foot secretly in my head.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily.
Voodoo dolls.
Yeah. How does it feel when you swing like this?
Sometimes I don't necessarily want to put a wreck on a wreck. If things are going kind of bad, but if you're behind and you got to give it a run, and sometimes I've been in matches where I've been in that place and there's a wreck on a wreck. I've been in matches where I've been in that place and it worked. I've been in matches where I've been up and I've watched the other person do it and it's a wreck on a wreck, and that's a weird situation to be in. But that might be down, gotta go, gotta kill it, or a full on every hole's a skin.
Yeah.
Which might be kind of a fun game.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So it's interesting then, the different types of golf that you play, because stroke play, we're saying a layup's always a possibility.
It's never off the table in stroke play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. So we're talking about
match dependent.
We're talking about being aggressive still now. We've laid up. Are you
we
pin
have
hunting?
laid up.
Are you pin hunting, or are you just trying to get one on the green?
We're going after that pin.
That
pin is dead.
If it's in the right yardage, if I've hit it to the pin, to the yardage I want.
Every pin doesn't matter the yardage. If there's a wedge in my hand, we're killing that pin.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You have the right club in your hand. Yeah. So the right yardage to have that right club. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I might play to one, I might think, okay, there's danger right, and I'm gonna stay, or I'll enter into where do I want to be putting from? I want to be an uphill putt.
Yeah.
I don't, I try to think a little bit about that stuff. What I've got to figure out is spinning the ball. Like if it's a right to left, I might try to hit it just right of the pin and let it spin so I have an uphill putt, but that's when I'm really playing well. But yeah, that's I think it's 100% pin seeking for sure, but I think it would be dependent on if your layup was executed perfectly or not.
To me, a layup always opens up the opportunity for your next shot to be as close as you can get it. Yeah.
That's why it's infuriating if you don't.
Yeah.
Because that's when you get really upset
and
at
see,
yourself.
That's, like for me, my wedges are my sweet spot. So like that's why I probably don't always go for broke everywhere. I probably could do it more because that would make more sense. But like I like putting it in short grass with a yardage between 40 and 100. I feel like I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah. So like that's why I sometimes don't go for it. I'm like, oh, I want to hit out of the trees.
Yeah, I'm trying to come back away because I've had too many circumstances where I'm not comfortable with that 40-yard shot, and I'm trying to be like, okay, where is 100 at? Or 105. Give me there. Yeah. So
100 and in, I love it.
So what's a number then that you're not pin seeking from? Do you have a specific club in your bag where you just feel like up to this club I can go at anything?
Following a layup?
Following over or just anything?
We'll say a long par 3, or
No. I don't know.
You topped your second shot on a par 5, and so now you've got.
You were watching that?
I don't know if I'm never not pin seeking. I'm just maybe running through the probability of it being super close is probably less likely as the clubs get longer. So but I don't think like I'm.
You don't see a larger target. You've got a 3-iron in your hands. You're like. You're not saying 10 long, 10 deep, 10 on each side is my
no.
Okay.
I probably should be saying that. With a 3-iron, that's going to be a 230 par 3. I mean, I'm probably thinking just get it on the green. At that point. Yeah. And that grid's big enough there. Yeah. Put it there.
Yeah, because that's what I do. I stopped thinking about pin proximity once I've gone up past the 7-iron. 7-iron, I'm still thinking it. 6-iron, I'm kind of like, it might, but I mean, a 20-foot putt ain't gonna kill me with a 6-iron.
Yeah,
I think I'm probably a 5-iron, maybe even a 4.
Yeah,
because I hit him high enough. I hit him high and long, so I feel like I can drop a 5. I'm thinking of 4, the par 3.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of what like it was a 5-iron today.
I was playing 205 down the hill.
Yeah.
Into the wind.
Yeah, I hit a 5-iron to 12 feet or something.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a hard distance for me because I hit the ball high. Yeah. So.
But that green's a little bit different because the
pin was in it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So like
12.
Hole number 12 at Sycamore Ridge. It's another long par 3.
Yeah.
200 yards typically. And the green is angled kind of away from you.
It's a redan.
It is a redan.
It's a redan.
Yeah. Redan.
Thank you. I'll have to Google that.
Yeah.
I'm not up on my golf course design
architecture. Yeah.
Yeah. But today the pin was tucked behind the bunker that sits in front, and it sits on that plateau. It's like 20 feet wide.
Yeah. That's a tough pin.
And as I'm standing over my ball today, holding a 4-iron, I teed it up a little bit higher, said I'm going to hit this higher, and my last thought was, sucker pins are for suckers. Here we go, sucker. And I launched it, and it went left.
Yeah. I'm going to get you, sucker.
I went for it. I landed pin high, but I went left. I didn't approximate the wind well enough, I guess. But so, I mean, I went for it, and it cost me a bogey, but
that's when I went back to 2 up.
I think you were back up to
maybe 3 up at that point. Yeah, because I birdied 11.
Miller's over there plugging in the buzzsaw. Yeah, it's like, this looks good.
Exactly. Yeah, because actually he was probably like, I got him right where I need him.
No, we were standing on the tee box on 11, and the next topic I can delve in more on this. But Billy said, so I think I had gotten it back to. I was down 1 going into 10, and then I can't remember what happened, but Billy was telling me what the match was at, and I said, I don't really care about the match right now. I'm like, I'm just trying to find something, right?
There's a million words flashing in your head.
Yeah, and it was hole 11 where I turned to the playing partner and said, I think I'm finally over it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And then I kind of started playing a little better, but not that I was playing bad to that point. I just had one terrible hole. But
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on the green. And this is the last question on the course management.
I hate the green. Do we have to do this?
So you went pin
You
seeking.
putted well today.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah.
Wow.
You went pin seeking and it didn't quite work out. You got a 20-foot putt now. Are you just trying to lag it to the hole, or are you knocking that sucker into the cup
I'm trying to make that thing.
Yeah, make it every time.
every time?
Yep.
I don't think
No
about
lag
lagging. I mean, maybe from 50, 60, 70, 80 feet, I'm thinking lag.
I
But
never think that. I always just
Really?
watch it running right into the back of the cup,
Yeah.
and I typically leave it 8 feet short, so then I get to do it again. But yeah, it's like
it's all by design.
I never think of a lag.
Really?
Nope.
I think I maybe I don't think lag, but I'm thinking, again, like the pin seeking of the further I'm away, the less likely I'm going to make it. So I think I'm okay with the fact of like, I guess maybe I need to change my thought, because I will say, just get it close.
Yeah.
And
Every putt I have, though, I do not do it. I almost like see a string running from my ball.
I do. I see that. Yeah.
And that's just what I'm like, all right, well, this is a 70 foot
I see
long
like
string.
it's like, you
I
know,
had to tie two strings together in my brain to make this thing stretch. But I don't.
That's what you're doing on the hole.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure out why you have all this string.
Yeah, that's what it is. And I don't ever think of like, I need to get this within 4
You
feet.
actually, it's not that you're just seeing it. It's actually you're putting it down on
string.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why my rounds take 5 hours. That's why I'm a fast golfer. I spend so much time on the green putting string down,
stringing.
Yeah.
pulling string up.
Yeah.
But
He's out there at night.
He's got the
putting
chalk
strings
snap
everywhere.
lines.
Yeah.
He's got snapping lines. Actually,
Yeah.
and it's funny that you say that, Billy, because I mentioned it to you today on the course. As I watched you look at a putt, and I saw you do this.
I
with your
did,
hand.
and I almost made that putt.
You did almost make that putt.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
did what?
It was. I was
doing this for the camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I did.
you were in your mind's eye.
Oh yeah, I
All right.
stepped
Seen it.
back
He
and
was seeing it.
I was like, oh, this is a double breaker here, and I almost made that.
You
putt.
rolled it right over the lip.
Yeah,
You saw your
It was a
string.
really good
Bobby
putt.
walked by, or somebody walked by, and was like, "Ooh, that's a tough putt," or something.
It had to have been Mitch.
It was
That's
Mitch. It was Mitch.
That's
yeah.
good to inspire you.
Yeah.
That's-
I was
that
like,
sucks.
I think I said I feel good about it.
Yeah, it was a really good putt.
Yeah.
It was a really good putt. So
I feel good about my putting. I really do.
You're a good putter.
It's
Good
they're
putter.
gonna
Thank
they're
you.
gonna start
Putter.
dropping.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just the brakes weren't
Yeah.
going the way you needed them to.
I when I'm not putting well, I'm pushing it, and I think it's more that I don't know I'm pushing it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I keep missing all these
Yeah.
putts. So
I didn't realize I was aiming so far right of target until we started filming some promotional stuff for the,
and then you're like,
for the Insta.
when I see yeah.
yeah. You're like, dude, do you realize you're aimed right? I go, no, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And now it's been a lot better for me.
Yeah.
But I'll
Miss
tell
putts,
you, yeah,
not episodes.
Right.
Subscribe.
I'll tell you an interesting story about how I learned to not really just go for the lag. I was golfing. John and I had a coworker who used to play on the mini tours, and for a while he was golfing with us pretty frequently.
Yeah.
We were up at Falcon Lakes, he and I golfing, and I had, to that point, always struggled with my putting. My short game was absolute crap. And then I used an Odyssey tri-ball putter because I was trying to get anything to work.
Hideously ugly.
They work.
Yeah.
Hideously ugly.
It's funny because he says to me on the first hole, he goes, you know what, do you look at the ball when you're putting or is that really distracting? It seems like it'd be really distracting. I never realized it, but I was following my putter and not the ball.
Oh, you're like,
So that was one revelation. But I asked him, I had like a 30-foot putt on a green, and I say to him, hey, how do you approach lag putting? Do you are you just trying to do something specific? He goes, I just try to make it, just hit the putt. And I hit the putt and it went in. I go, oh, okay. That makes sense to me now. So yeah, it's, I think it's a combination on that one. You have to be aggressive on it, but you have to be okay with it landing within a certain distance.
yeah, for sure.
And I think that's probably the correct answer on that one, at least according to me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm still stuck on the tri ball.
Yeah, it was. I was searching for answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the answer.
Thing was so big. It's like a shovel.
Yeah, it was.
What was the
something
Scotty?
else.
What was the Scotty thing that was
huge.
The detour?
No,
Is that what it was?
Oh, he had the Futura.
Futura.
The
which is-
Futura,
the
but there was
aluminum
also the one. Yeah, but there was also, it looked like almost like a square down. It wasn't Adam Scott using it at one point.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it was huge.
Yeah.
It almost looked like the putter that you could stand up and walk away from.
Right. Those are
How's my
amazing.
line?
I think Tony
it's
Romo
good.
uses one of those.
Yeah.
Probably.
The Nicholas 86 at the Masters putter.
Yeah. Can't wait till we get some. Oh my gosh, that putter
That putter
was
was
so big.
I've got something similar in the workshop.
That's the yes sir.
I don't know what it is, but it is.
Well, that's isn't that when he wins?
Oh, yeah,
86
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. And oh man,
Yeah.
that was the best.
I'll bring out my Maltby replica of it sometime. Let you guys use it. Look forward to an upcoming video.
When you find one of those things and they're so big, you're like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah.
And then you see that video of him, and you're just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
This
okay."
is murdering with it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently it works.
Yeah, you want to go play some golf? I'll kick your
You have
butt.
to actually use a tube sock for a cover for it.
It's so big.
And you have to play in plaid pants and a yellow shirt.
Yes,
Yeah.
I might be able to pull that look off. I don't know.
You could.
Good.
That's
Yeah,
what we should do
probably
is dress up like our favorite retro like tournament victories or whatever.
Ray Floyd.
I don't have the hair to dress like Arnie in his prime with the cigarette hanging out.
Oh,
just
man.
the pomade.
Yeah.
going.
Just
Dapper
standing there.
Arnie.
Yeah, I love that. That's
Yeah.
good stuff. All right, well, let's change subjects a little bit.
All right.
We keep alluding to this topic, but we've talked about how we're managing the course, and you know what? Some days you just can't manage the course, and you're struggling.
The course manages you.
Yep.
Yes. So,
Owns you sometimes.
how do you reset yourself? Is it do you say something to yourself? Do you go straight for the liquid gratification? Do you go to the clubhouse and grab yourself a turn dog and, chow down and get those feel good vibes from that dog from the Bunker Bar and Grill at Sycamore Ridge?
It's an all beef. It's an all beef dog.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
They got dogs, they got brats, and Polish sausage.
You got
they're
a lot
a
of good
variety.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, with all
I've
the
never had the
condiments.
Polish. Now that
good.
you say
Pretty
it,
good.
is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it spicy?
A little bit. It's not too bad.
Little zang.
Yeah.
Little zang to
A little
it.
bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do you reset yourself?
I feel like this year and the goals
tough.
conversation, it is tough. And everyone will have it. I think for me, what has worked this year, and I'm trying to embody a new Billy, but what has worked this year is just understanding that it's a moment in time, and the moment will pass, and you will have birdies, and you'll have bogeys, you'll have worse, you'll have even better, and to just keep moving forward because you don't know what the future brings. And so I think for me, 1, 2, 3, and 4 at Sycamore are pretty challenging. And like you said, getting through those at 2 over, that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
You get through there, par, I feel pretty good. It makes me feel really good. If I bogey the first hole, I just move on. I mean, 2 is the one that's giving me fits right now.
Yeah.
It's either a birdie or a triple.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how I
How do
reset
you-
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get back into it? So let's say you're
Mm-hmm.
teeing off on 5 and now you're 6 over par. What do you do?
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Honestly, like I might say.
Is it in your head?
Yeah, I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Come on, you can do better. You're a good golfer. I'm saying all the
Yeah.
confidence building things, the positive reinforcement is what I'm doing because I've been 6 over after the first 4 holes and shot 75 or 7.
Yeah.
And you just and Dave, 7 over after 9 today. And then you 1 under on the back. That's you can do that stuff. And so I think it's really hard when you don't do a good shot, though, or you have that blow up hole and to not get really bad on yourself. So I think you're really mad at yourself. I'm really trying to, in just life in general, be positive overall. And I think that helps with that. I'm not really resetting. Like, I'm not going to go, I got to stand in the corner. But you also need, like, that flip out moment sometimes to check yourself of, like, I haven't thrown a club in a long time.
Yeah.
I did toss one today, but it was just kind of like a
Gentle
toss.
toss.
Yeah, I
That
laid
doesn't
it.
count. That
I
doesn't
didn't
count.
break the rake. I placed it in its native habitat.
It doesn't sound like a Chinook. It's not a club throw.
Pete launched one today.
Did he?
It did. I
Far.
missed it. Wow. I didn't see
It
that.
skipped across the dew.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
I was a good cart partner, and I wiped it down for him.
Oh, you're so sweet. No, I think you need those. Sometimes I got to yell a curse word or two and get myself back and
get the energy out. Get that in, like it's a purge.
I wish I could convert that negative into go birdie the next hole, because that'll set your mind right back. You know, you hit a good shot, you're right back into it. You know, that you might be a little critical of yourself, but I don't have any tactics. I'm just be positive, keep moving forward, understand that this is the game, and the game is frustrating.
See,
and
I see it.
You're playing the game to experience some of these things. So why not? I'm not saying enjoy your quadruples or your triples,
not
but
enjoyable.
No, it's not. But at the same time, it's like I'm really trying to embody. You can learn anything from every golf swing you make, and so when you hit a bad shot, I'm not saying go paralysis by analysis, but think about it. Stop and go, why did I hit that low and left?
I was going to say it's like I almost go through a clinical diagnosis.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's been this thing in the past 4 holes that has
it's
not
coming
worked.
out. Yeah.
I look at I can't, at that point the number to me is, if I've gone kind of off the rails, the number's then not a factor. Just a matter of pulling that back in.
Yeah.
And to your point, try to get to a place where you can hit solid shots to targets you want to aim at, maybe leave with a birdie on a couple holes.
Yeah.
Because one year I checked every score, and about 65% of the time they were above my average. So I had a lot of like kind of higher numbers, but I had a few really low numbers.
Yeah.
And then you kind of remember the really low ones.
Then
and
you think that's what you're going to do.
And I'm sitting there going, most of the time I'm not even at my average.
Right.
I'm just slightly above it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, all right, my expectations are not aligning with the reality of this situation. So that can make it more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me, I just go, okay, there's something symptomatic here in my swing, in my approach, in something. Find that. The rest of the round is me trying to fix that. The number's gone. I don't care what the number is.
Yeah.
And if I can, get my draw back, or I can start hitting the center of the club face, then I'm back to like, okay, we're good. Because golf's like a wavelength. You're going to have high numbers, you're going to have low numbers.
Yeah.
It's just going to go up and down. You're never going to stay here. The golf gods don't allow that.
No.
They do
never.
not. No. Mm-mm.
And if they do let something in, they take it right back.
Or somebody sold their soul to the devil. You can do that.
Well, I guess it's story time then, right? So Billy wanted me to talk at length about today, my round specifically,
because that was a rebound.
Because this was it. This was it. So I'll start with yesterday. I said earlier it was a grind. 7 bogeys, 11 pars, lots of missed greens. And when I sat down to go over the scores for the bets and everything, everybody's like, "You look angry." and maybe I was subconsciously, because I didn't play great. And I guess I reached the point in my golf improvement where I have expectations for myself again. And I think that's what used to kill me before. And so I hit the ball terribly throughout the day. I hit some pretty wayward shots, and it just kind of accumulated on my brain. I managed to get it around for a 79. I was fine with that. Losing the bets didn't help the demeanor, but it was fine. So I wake up this morning, I'm tired, get to the course, and I'm hitting it great on the range. And we get out to the course, and suddenly I can feel myself not turning through the ball. And so I know I'm kind of struggling a little bit. I hit some good shots, and I'm playing pretty well through the first 3 or 4 holes, just like we talked about. I think I may have been 1 or 2 over at that point. And we get to number 4, the par 3, and I'm going to tell you right now, and I know you two will agree with me, the pin today was not a fair pin, even with the greens being
they did
slow.
cut it on a hill.
Mm-hmm.
It's cut right on the crest of a hill. Yeah. It's one of those ones where if the right time of year, you could hit it past the cup and it will roll back into the cup, which I've done once before on that pin position for a birdie. But today, I hit a really good shot into the green. I didn't hit a great first putt. I thought it was going to break more than it was going to. It didn't. I missed the second putt. I was 3 feet away, and I ended up 6 feet away by the time I was done with it because of the slope. 3 putted for a bogey, and at that point, I could feel it really boiling up.
Yeah.
It was the frustration from yesterday, plus that 3 putt. Just I could feel it, and I got to the tee box, and I wanted to unleash hell on this ball. and I unleashed it straight into the trees.
Happens every time.
And then I go, well, looks like I got to re-rack one. Set it down.
That is not what he said.
And
Said
the exact, in my head, I said that. What came out of my mouth, I cannot recall.
I don't know if you really said anything or not. It just, we all knew.
But also, I think
Ruh-roh.
at that point, I did kind of care about our match because I was like, I'm 2 down now.
Yeah.
I just launched it in the trees. I'm like, I'm about to go 3 down.
I birdied 3, and then I stuck that 5-iron to 12 feet pretty darn close, and then almost made that birdie there. And then you 3-jacked for the bogey, and I won that hole.
So the heat was intensifying. I was at a simmer at that point. I wasn't at a full-on boil. So my second tee ball is the exact same as the first. So I'm singing in a round. The second verse, same as the first. And at that point, I lose it. And I go to my bag, and I want to break something. And I go forcefully get a ball out of my bag. I say forcefully because there may have been a mess involved. Not a big mess, but
there were balls everywhere.
Yes.
I heard it from another witness.
And I just put a tee in the ground, and I just swung. I didn't care where it went as long as it didn't go in the trees.
Went straight.
And it went straight.
And far.
And then I got on the green, missed my putt. I looked at Billy. I said, "Is that good for an 8?"
I felt really bad because I just was standing there. I was in my own world at that point, and Dave just walks over. Is that good for an 8? I was like, sorry.
I scooped my ball up off the green. I'm like, I just want to be alone at this point.
In that moment, were you waiting for me to be like, is he going to say good?
What?
Is he going to say good? I know.
No. It was
a-hole.
It was not anything towards you. It was
I know.
It was me saying it because I just needed to get it out.
I
needed to say this was a bad score. I needed to just walk off the
pressure release
I
valve.
didn't want to stand over another putt seething and miss it. And
it was like a foot away. It wasn't.
It was right.
What would have happened if you'd have said no?
That was
no.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I would have got hit with a putter.
No. I wouldn't have got mad at you.
Oh, okay.
No, because nothing that you did was the reason for this, right? So I pick up my ball, and I want to be left alone at this point, right? No feelings, no hugs, nothing. And I pull the old baseball swing golf ball into the woods just to get the anger out.
You got it out.
And so, and then I stand on the next tee, and like I said, it's going to take me a few holes to get over this, so don't mind me, guys. Like, I'm just going to, at that point, I just wanted to be out of everybody's way. You know, because that's how I was dealing with it. I said, I'm just going to get out of everybody's way and try to do something. Try not to lose by 9 holes in this match. And, I started hitting better golf shots until the 7th tee box, which wasn't good. But, at that point, I could feel there was some semblance of a swing going. And I wasn't trying to get too technical with anything at that point. I finally realized I just don't have a tee game. I cannot feel my backswing. I don't know where it's going. I don't want to ask for help. I just want to get off the tee box and play golf however it happens. And from that point forward, I was just like, each shot that I hit well was a little bit less, the grill was cooling down at that point. I had tinted the meat. It was rendering at this point.
You were no longer seeing red.
I don't know that I got to a point where I was seeing red.
Good.
I got to a point where, like, I don't know how to describe it. I wanted to let out a primal scream. That's
what I mean, like a good
I was at that point.
bomb.
I just wanted to go into the woods and scream as loudly as I can. Scare the hell out of Sasquatch.
I wish you would have done that.
Yeah.
That would have been very good.
You probably would have heard it, even though you guys were a hole and a half ahead by this point, due to me having to re-rack over and over again.
Dave's still on 5T.
And then, I never got to the point where I was still like jovial and having a blast and like rubbing elbows with people and stuff like that. Even after the first birdie putt and things started going my way, I'm like, okay, I feel much better about this. Like I can re-engage with my thought process. The one good thing that came out of it today, and I will say this, is I talked a couple episodes ago about my alignment issues that I've been having. And I feel like I finally nailed those.
Good.
And today, that's what I focused on. I'm like, I'm just going to focus on alignment.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to miss left off the tee. Like, I just knew it was going to go left because I couldn't feel it. So I'm like, well, let's aim a little further right and see what happens. Until 18, where I actually heeled one and missed to the right.
Oh, yeah.
So, but on that one, I said, I'm going to aim left so I don't hit it into the lake.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, like, as far as resetting myself, I just needed time.
Yeah.
And I just...
Well, and it's kind of, you almost... When you have a hole like that, it's almost like having a traumatic event happen.
It was.
Because when you play golf, and we all know this, you kind of go into your own little world for 4.5 hours, and you focus on just one thing.
You need to do that.
You do, but like when that one thing that you're like been looking forward to all morning is starting to go south, and then you have a traumatic hole like that, it will make you kind of go, wow, what the hell's happening?
Yeah.
You've waited all week.
Yeah.
To play golf, your one time, and it doesn't go like you want it to.
Yeah.
The primal scream.
Yeah.
You want
it's like
that.
anything else.
A
You
release.
can't get a project done at work. It's the same thing. Yeah.
All that tension. It's that you've had all your week in your life, your kids, your wife. Well, that never happens. Your wife is always perfect. But not yours or your specifics, Dave.
Everybody's wife is perfect.
I'm just saying everybody's wife is perfect, right? And sorry, I got myself there. But you got to let it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Like I'm really trying. I'm not saying I'm not doing that, but trying to not do it same because I would let out 17 F-bombs and then just go quietly into a corner.
I wanted to find something inexpensive to tear.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything inexpensive to tear.
Yeah.
I've ripped gloves.
Yeah.
There was a pro a couple weeks ago that snapped his putter and then tore his hat on the way into the scores.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was so angry. Yeah. That's what I wanted to do walking off that green.
Not that Sycamore Ridge hat. No.
Not the Sycamore. But that's what I wanted to do.
You need to put some sacrificial
to put
material in your golf bag.
I was just going to say that, Like save a glove, like your old, like, this one's kind of bad. Put it in the bag and then just rip it open.
Do you remember I used to carry around I had broken a club and I just carried the shaft around in case I got really mad.
To whack something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I used to do that, but I felt like today I managed to I managed to handle it better than I probably could have.
I think it's a great example of how you can turn any round around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like I think, you had a quad. I mean, you took an 8 on a par 4.
Yeah.
And you ended up shooting 78, pars 72. You take that hole away, you shot 74.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's where, I focus on a lot of things being a little bit different in terms of I'll go back and look at like, wow, I played 17 holes really well, or I played 16 holes really well. I'm going to bank on that. I know the 18 hole rounds will come where it just everything clicks the entire round, but
and I think the mental game too takes you to another level.
Yeah.
If you can conquer that, you can do it. Like, I think it was Nicholas. He never remembered a bad shot. I think it was Nicholas. Mm-hmm. Or if there was a bad shot, there was a variable that he could focus in on that took him out of that situation.
Yeah.
So like, if somebody said, "Hey, why'd you bogey 6?" He might say, "Did I?"
Yeah.
Like he might not even, his brain, he wouldn't even let it in.
Yeah.
And that is key to just bounce that, absorb what happened, but kind of bounce it off and then onward and upward.
Onward.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I guess just like you said, Billy, it's getting yourself back in the moment and just focusing on the shots and knowing what you have and don't have.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a very interesting day today, and I'm glad it happened. To some degree, because normally I bleed out by paper cut, and today it was just straight up
like I did.
Shot to the jugular.
Right to the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, one last question, then we'll wrap this up.
Woo.
At what point do you just go into screw it mode? You just don't even care anymore? Just I'm at this point, I'm just going to do the dumbest stuff and just let it go.
When the swing just, that there's not a recovery, the shots are just really bad. Because then you can have a lot of fun. And sometimes you'll find a fix doing that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get a 6-pack. Whoever's driving the cart comes by, they've got beer. Get beer and just go crazy.
Yeah.
And sometimes those are the most fun rounds.
Yeah.
and you can just go, oh, well, it ain't gonna work, and then just go nuts.
Yeah.
If my swing is at a point, or I've done something, or I've got, I don't know what it would be. I've had a few rounds like that where I'm just like, oh, this isn't. I'm not even going to put the effort in. It'll be better tomorrow, and just cash out.
Yeah, I think I get okay with my score isn't going to be great, but I don't think I ever stop focusing on learning something from a swing, and I think that's good. But because you can hit some great shots. I mean, again, I go back to wow, okay, yeah, I might be done. I had 4 holes where I went double, 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 double. Yeah, the round at that point is kind of like crap.
Yeah,
8 over and 4 holes or something, but I still think I can play well. I mean, I think you did that today.
Yeah,
so,
but 2 years ago I wouldn't have.
No.
2 years
I
ago
don't
I
give
would've
up.
just quit.
I try not to give up anymore. I might maybe I'll try to focus on maybe something else. So like, okay, wow, you shot 43 on the front, and now just maybe try to shoot even on the back or something. Just try to do something.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good, for me, just maybe in general, a lesson to, or just everybody is like, just focus on that moment in time of execute that one little shot. I think that's where we look too much of the big picture. I mean, I know I've thought turning at on 9 holes and be like, oh, I'm 1 under. Oh, today's the day. I'm gonna
careful
shoot.
with that.
Yeah, and then it's like,
the golf
shoot
gods
8
go,
over
did
on
you
the
hear
back.
what he just said?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I told you I used to, everything was a risk, and I'd just be completely out of the round by the 7th or 8th hole.
Yeah.
Like at that point,
Cash it in, and
I'm hitting drivers on par 3s, seeing how far I can slice it from
Yeah.
left to right.
And almost making hole in ones.
but that's kind of fun though. Like I will tell you that I'm fine going out and saying I'm going to play the most unconventional golf, and if something doesn't feel right, you know me, I'm a field player.
Right.
If it's not feeling right, I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is recoverable. I'm just going to go have some fun, and I just shift focus. I go, okay, there's a bet. I'm like, I'm probably going to pay $15, whatever. But I might just try to hit a fade here, draw there, like hit it. You know, if I'm out there by myself, hit it from a different tee box, have different shots.
Hell yeah.
You know, just
Have
approach
fun.
it
Yeah.
completely differently.
What if you did that all the time?
Because I'm like, it's either that or I'm going to just fight this thing for 18 holes. I'm
right.
like, it'll be better tomorrow. Sometimes that's just the way I see it. And I go,
Little wins. Try little wins at that point.
yeah, I'm just
Like,
going to go have fun.
I'm hooking the ball. Maybe I just try to draw it.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah, let's kind of help it. But I've done that where I've just gone, I don't want to battle this for 18 holes. I want to have fun.
Yeah.
So I just shift focus and I go, I'm just going to shoot some shots.
Hang out, shoot some shots.
Yeah.
Like I said yesterday, I battled, and I think that's why today I just let loose.
Yeah.
But, the year I shot the 101 in the club championship, the 9s were reversed then, so it was the open 9, and I think I shot like a 55 on that front 9. And at that point, I said, I'm just hitting driver every hole from now on. Par 3, par 4, par 5. I don't care. I'm hitting driver. I gave up and shot the 101. I'm like,
That's impressive.
trunk slam it, go home, get the free burger first, and then go home.
It's like,
But so there used to be a time where I would just straight up go into screw it mode. But I think these last couple of rounds, I've realized I actually can turn it around. So maybe not just give up completely.
Yeah.
I would say 95% of the time I'm going to turn it around. 5% I'm going to say screw it and just have an absolute blast. A half drunken, just shenanigan-filled round of golf. Like when you see me out there and you're like, why is he putting
What is
from
he
45
doing?
feet from the green?
Yeah,
he's having one of those rounds.
Yeah. Because he can.
Yeah. Well, he's trying something new.
Yeah.
Love it.
But
Excellent. Well, that's all I got as far as the
beautiful.
struggles on the course.
Yeah. I think that's good.
it's insightful.
Thanks for tuning in, listeners.
Yeah, hit us up on socials
Yeah. Smash that like button.
Hey, man.
and subscribe.